So good morning or good night, yo, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to another Is It That Bad episode, where we take a look at an album that maybe had mixed reviews. We go through it and we talk about it. And why am I talking like an idiot? Because today we are tackling a band they're from LA, and they're a band that, I discovered recently that they have like a very loyal following on the internet, and it's Hollywood Undead. And we're talking about Day of the Dead because I just picked a random album from them. Funny story with Hollywood Undead. The first album, I remember I owned their first album. That's it. But after that, after Swan Songs, I stopped listening to this band. But I did a short album review of their last album, and a lot of people I found out on that short that a lot of Hollywood fans they're very particular if you go after their band. So I said, you know what? I'm coming after you, Hollywood Undead. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna say what I think about the band. So we picked Day of the Dead because I went to a ranking, and this album it's their fourth album. So facts from the album. It's their fourth album. It came out in 2015. It's 12 songs, and it has 7 singles. They released 7 songs as singles for this album. And as you can tell, 7 songs. And it got some mixed reviews. So for this episode, we have obviously returning JC Rock and Metal Reviews. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, thanks.
And we have Rock of All Ages returning. How are you, man?
Doing okay.
Yeah. And for the first time on An Is It That Bad, we have Bianca from the band Lilac Stranger. So, Bianca, how are you tonight?
Doing very good, and thank you for having me. This is the first one, and I hope I can do more.
Well, if you want to talk crap albums, be my guest. And I'm putting my hat this way because I was hurting my ear. People, you all know the drill. We have 3 rounds. On the first round, we give our first impressions of what we thought of when we listened to this album. And then we go to our second round where we can pick 3 or 4 songs, whatever your heart decides. And then after round 2, I think I said after round 2, in round 3, we give our final thoughts, and we give it a rating of a thumbs up, thumbs sideways, or thumbs down. So on this episode, we're gonna do Rock of All Ages, then JC, Bianca, and then me. So Rock of All Ages, your first impressions of Day of the Dead.
I'm reminded of the expression, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Unfortunately, I have heard of this band before. I take issue with them being referred to by the abbreviation HU because there is a metal band called The Who, spelled the same way, that is much better in every single way. I saw them open for Iron Maiden, great band. Again, the less I say about Hollywood Undead, the better. Which is weird because I'll have quite a few things to say about this album in the next round. But yeah, I am aware of them. They've never been a big radio band. They had 2 kind of big songs, but other than that, they were never a big radio band for obvious reasons, because why would you choose to play this on the radio? I was surprised when you said this band. Well, I was surprised, not surprised, that you said this band has a loyal following, because even Falling in Reverse has a devoted fan base, so anything can happen.
Yeah. So good first impressions, man. What about you, JC?
Okay, this is one of those bands that I've never really got into it because they came out too late. like the last episode we were talking about how Kiss released a grunge album a couple years too late. Well, this band is a new metal album that came out a couple years too late because I'm seeing their first album was 2008, and I think the new metal was pretty much done by then. But it sounds like a hip hop group that has like a lot of like some metal, like there's some metal guitars like they have, but it just sounds more like a hip hop group. So that's kind of like what I got from it. Like I never listened to this band. I remember the last album, Hotel California, came out in 2022, and I started listening to it, and then I turned it off after a couple songs. But I just like never like got into this band. It's just like one of those bands is just like never got. And I'm like did some research, and I see that like that their influences are NWA, Wu-Tang Clan. I can pronounce that one, in Snoop Dogg, and that's kind of like what it sounds like, but with like a little bit of new metal. That's kind of what I get from this band. But that's all I'll say. It felt more like a hip hop album. Yeah.
Yeah. And funny thing, their last album, Hotel California, California is spelled with a K. So that's the one I did the short. So good first impressions, Casey. So Bianca, what what were your first impressions listening to this band?
Okay, first of all, this is my first time listening to them. I've never heard of them before. Like,
I'm sorry.
I don't know if to tell you thanks or I don't know. I guess you saved me because if I someday I go to the States and I meet this band, I know what to expect. Thanks to this album. Uh, I thought that they were a girly band because I saw on their Instagrams that I had a few friends, mutual friends that were following them. So I said, my God, maybe this is like a band that girls love or something. So I said, maybe it's a girly band. I don't know.
Like a Fallout
Band for the
Boy?
girlies. What?
Like a Fallout Boy?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I should say some more about it. Maybe I should check their social media and to see if they have used their music on some TikTok or something. Maybe they could have done that, and that's why. Who knows? But yeah, I saw that they were actually currently like touring right now. So I said, "Oh my God, they are doing their stuff. They should be good." And then I saw the pictures and everything, the album, and I said, "Oh my God, maybe they sound like Slipknot," and I was so wrong. So yeah, I had my expectations very high on this one.
Yeah. Oh boy, I'm sorry, Bianca. So good first impressions. So that leaves me. The only album of Hollywood Undead that I actually bought when it came out was the Swan Song, and I don't know why I bought that. It was like a very hot topic type of band. I was telling Señorita Sabrosura, oh, we're gonna talk about this band, and she's like, oh my God, we used to make fun of that band in Hot Topic all the time. They were even bad for Hot Topic standard. But
You know what? Those Swan Songs was their debut album, so them calling it Swan Song should clue you in as to their whole deal.
yeah, and their their look with the masks. First of all, their masks. I think they I don't know why they're kind of lame masks, and I just decided to do this band because I did like a short of Hotel California, and I basically in that short I said that the album wasn't good, and I got a lot of like angry and I'm like Hollywood Undead has fans. So I'm like maybe they're like insane clown posse that they have like this they have like a diehard cult following. So I decided since I got that much I'm like maybe it's a time for Is It That Bad of Hollywood Undead, and we picked and I picked Day of the Dead, drop of a hat, because I've already listened to Hotel California, so I wasn't gonna listen to that again. So my first impressions, I never listened to this album when it came out. I was very surprised that they put out 7 singles from this. But back in there was a time in the 2014s and that a lot of bands were doing that because Slipknot did that with one of the albums where they basically put out more of half the album before it came out. And I'm like, I don't like when bands do that because then when the album is out, you already heard most of the album. You can't get excited. For not to say that I would get excited for Hollywood Undead, but yeah, my first impression with this one is like, it sounds dated, very dated, and I only there's like white people rapping. If you're not Eminem, you're either Eminem or Everlast. But besides those two, like most of them suck. And Hollywood Undead goes on the bad rapping side of things. So those are my first spots. So we're going to round 2, where we pick 3 or 4 songs that we don't like of this. So Rock of Ages, what songs did you pick, man?
Oh boy. Let's see. If we're not counting bonus tracks, because I listened to this album version of it that had bonus tracks.
Why?
I don't know. I I have too much free time. I think that's what happened. If we're not counting bonus tracks, I'm giving dishonorable mentions to Guzzle Guzzle, I'll Be There, Ghost, and Sing. They're all bad for very different reasons, including the fact that one song is called Guzzle Guzzle. Anyway, I picked 4 songs. Fourth, I'm doing these in ascending order, just how I'm going to do it. Fourth is Save Me. This song is lame. There was a big song in 2012 called Too Close by Alex Clare that this kind of sounded like that. And then third place is Disease. The beat sounds like a ripoff of Black Skinhead by Kanye West. And trying to be like Kanye is a terrible idea. I mean, maybe in 2013, it wasn't as bad an idea, but now definitely a bad idea. And then second place, Dark Places. Remember when we made an episode for the anniversary of Korn's debut album, and we had that conversation about saying one of the song titles because it was a slur? I didn't want to say it, but there was at least a context behind Jonathan Davis saying it. It doesn't apply to when whoever in Hollywood Undead was saying it in the song. This is a party song, and it does not make me want to go to whatever party they're attending. Like, no, thank you. Speaking of which, my worst song on the album is Party by Myself. This sounds like it could have been by one of those early 2010s pop rappers like LMFAO or Flo Rida or Pitbull. But the biggest songs from all of those artists typically didn't have lyrics this terrible.
Yeah, I agree.
Was that War Child?
No, I didn't pick War Child, but War Child is also terrible.
Yeah.
Consider that my 5th pick.
Awesome. So yeah. So which song was that you picked? The last.
I picked Save Me, Disease, Dark Places, and Party by Myself.
Oh, Party by Myself. Yeah, there's so many songs about partying on this record.
Yeah.
So good pick. So JC, what tracks did you pick and why?
Okay. The first one is going to be War Child. It's one of those electronic tracks. They're trying to go for something that's energetic, but it's just kind of boring. It just kind of doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't really kind of fit on the album. So I thought that was just a bad track. And next one, Dark Places, just it just does. Another one doesn't fit. I mean, it kind of they're going for this really dark tone, and I don't know. It just Like it seems like they were supposed to like do like a party album, and this is like a really more like a darker song. So I didn't like that one. Um, Next one, does everybody in the world have to die? Another one, it's a long, it's like an electronic song with the electronic parts, but it's forgettable. It's just like the kind of like song you just don't remember. It just kind of like blends in the background and just you don't remember it. And I'll pick one more. The Party by Myself, another one. Yeah, I have in my notes. They're going for that LMFAO type of sound, but it's just like too simple, and it just doesn't really like fit with the other songs in the album. So that's it. I picked four this time. Yeah.
Good picks. So, Bianca, what about you? Which songs did you pick?
Okay, oh boy. I have Dark Places as my first one. I like the intro with the music box and the flauta and the dembow, and I was like, but then I was like, what the heck? Like, why are they talking about dicks all the time?
Yeah,
Did you listen to it? Sorry.
yeah. I mean,
Okay, sorry, I thought the internet was off. Yeah, the second one is Take Me Home. It was a shit song overall. I didn't like it at all. Does everybody in the world have to die? Also, it was awful song. I really hated it. It was very boring, and that mouth skrillet ending, I was like, just cut it off. And my last song, Party by Myself. Yeah, it was actually like pretty bad. The lyrics, everything, it was awful. I didn't enjoy it at all. It was very lame.
yeah. So you think they were partying by themselves?
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, yeah. Good pick. So, so that leaves me. So I'm picking. The first song I'm picking is War Child, and I don't know if any one of you have heard it, but the beginning beat sounded like a Pitbull song, and I'm listening to it. And I'm like, yo no quiero agua, yo quiero beber.
So bad.
Even the Pitbull song is better than this, and also they're doing a song about partying and it's about a war, like War Child Party. And I thought of like when we were covering On the Road. Remember that electronic party song about the guilty
Oh
song,
yeah, Survivor's Guild. Yeah.
Survivor's Guild. So this they did it like I think like Hollywood, and then they're not gonna say they heard the other one, but it's like Hold My Beer. I First one. War shot. I'm like, it's war. War is fun. I'm like, said no one ever. Like, so that song is it's like what? It's supposed to be a party song about war? Like what I don't know, maybe some politicians who would play War Child. And I'm like, and I heard people and I'm like, oh my god, that sounds like a Pitbull thing. I pick a different song. I pick How We Roll because I got the lyric like suck my. I'm like, what are you 5? Like the lyrics are like very basic, generic, and very like immature lyrics.
Yeah.
They're trying to be like, oh, I'm so bad in high school. And yeah, how we roll. I'm like, how we roll. I'm like, I don't want to roll with you.
That song reminded me of Backstreet Boys as well.
Mm.
But like like a evil version of the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. This is how we roll.
Oh, Backstreet's back. All right.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, you know what, Bianca? I rather listen to the Backstreet.
Of course, by
Same.
far.
Same.
By far.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves the Backstreet Boys, and we were looking. They're playing a residency in Las Vegas, but it's expensive.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And at the
That
beginning
is.
of that song, that intro, that reminded me of that song, the Linkin Park song. I don't remember the name, but yeah, that song, yeah.
maybe a bad version of a Linkin Park.
Of course, by far.
I think How We Roll, and I picked Dark Places.
Mhm.
It's so bad. And okay, they're like, oh, we're smoking pot. I'm like, I'm sorry. If you are not Cypress Hill, I do not want to listen to you about smoking pot. Only Cypress Hill can write 500 songs about smoking pot, and I them. But but you, Hollywood Undead, are not Cypress Hill, and it's just like dark. And I don't know. It's trying to be too dark, and I don't know. I didn't like that one at all. And I did I mention four?
I think so.
I have a dishonorable. The first song, Usual Suspects, that robot voice is so like they have like a robot voice, like effects and so part of that song, and it just really gave me like a headache. So yeah, that's what we call in Puerto Rico la yapa,
Sí, yeah,
Yes.
La ñapa.
the extra song. So yes, we've all picked some songs from this album. So we're going to the third and final round, where we give our final thoughts on this, and we rate it thumbs up, thumbs down, or thumbs sideways. So Rock of All Ages.
I'm gonna make this quick. Easiest thumbs down I've given in a while.
No redeeming qualities.
None that I can think of.
Good. So we have our first thumbs down. What about you, JC?
Same thing. I'll comment a little bit. It's just like there wasn't anything I felt like was a good song. It just doesn't have cohesion. It just felt very random. Some party tracks, some darker songs, very immature, very simple, and they're just like trying to be this gangster rap band, and they're just like not pulling it off. So thumbs down for me. Yeah.
So shockingly, two thumbs. So Bianca, your final thoughts and rating?
Yeah, I believe this band is like that band that you put on the festival just to as a palate cleansing sort of thing. Like because they don't know what they want with their music. Like they are not consistent. They are like very messed. They are a mess. So yeah, this album is pretty bad. They have like an identity crisis, and yeah, thumbs down.
So Bianca, if Hollywood Undead calls you, they're like they're like, can you open for us? You'll be like, oh no.
Thank you. Next.
Yeah. If it was Limp Bizkit, yeah, but because at least they're fun. But yeah, Hollywood Undead, yeah. So
Yeah, thank you. Next.
good. So we have three thumbs down. So I won't beat around the bush. Obviously, I'm giving it a thumbs down. Why am I giving this a thumbs down? Because this album is fucking horrible. Like the lyrics are bad, the music is bad. It's one of the very bad rapping skills by. I didn't even write down the names of them because I don't give a shit. So Hollywood Undead people, I don't care. I think there's like a J rapper, J Dog, whatever their name. I don't care what their name is, but they're a terrible band. And I think they only peak with Swan songs. That was the only album that I think had some moderate success. But yeah, I'm so surprised that this band is still a thing and touring. To be honest with you.
I saw some videos and they were really good actually in live. That's why I said that they could be good at a festival, but not to listen to them, the music on Spotify and Apple Music. So yeah, I believe they can be good, live, but the music is pretty shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think they still would be shitty live, but at least you get work.
Yeah, people don't care. They don't care. They just want to have fun and jump and whatever.
People are stoned, drugged out of their mind.
Yeah.
They don't care. It can be Steven Seagal playing right there. If Bianca, if you haven't done so, listen to that Steven Seagal record.
It's a very long album, but it is hilarious.
Send it to me, please.
Yes, and then you can watch the episode for Steven Seagal.
Yes.
So yeah, this album goes straight in the garbage. 4 thumbs down. It's a straight flush. Yes, Hollywood Undead, Day of the Dead is that bad. So we want to know from you, Couchers, what do you think of this album? What tracks do you think are the worst? What would you give a thumbs up, thumbs sideways, or thumbs down? Let us know in the comments down below. And please subscribe to my panel's channel. So first of all, Bianca, Lilac Stranger, like follow her band. They're playing a show, but after this episode airs, the show has already happened. So you missed it, man. But if you went, you're like, yay. So like Bianca, so how would you rate your first experience for an Is It That Bad?
It was pretty chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Chill is in his name, so that fits.
yeah.
Yeah. And of course, where can they follow Lilac Stranger?
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram. Yeah, every platform, lilacstranger.com, you can follow us. Yeah, and check our music. If you are a fan of anime and metal, maybe you can like our music, so check it out.
So basically, no Hollywood Undead fans.
Please, no.
Yeah.
No.
So
Don't
yeah.
waste your time. Don't waste your time.
So thank you for joining Bianca. And of course, we have JC Rock and Metal Reviews. Thank you for being down to listen to so many crap albums.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I listened to it once.
yeah, but JC, everyone's smart here. They don't use their Spotify, but I use my Spotify. But I do it because then it would, if I listen to some crap too, it would lead me to more crap. And I'm just doing research for the channel. So, and finally, obviously, Rock of Ages. He's got his YouTube channel where he gives you it's more like a podcast, and he gives you things. So Rock of Ages, I'm guessing. For giving Bianca some context. Every time, almost all the time, where Rock of Ages does an episode, he listens to every album from each band. For example, we did Lordi, and he listened to 19 albums by Lordi.
What?
Okay. I don't do that for every artist. Like, I didn't do that for this band, but I have done that sometimes.
Man, you should have committed.
No. Even I have limits.
So yeah, so now you know. But for other, like, he listened to every Lord album, and I'm like, wow, that is commitment.
The Lordi albums were. I have some recommendations I can make you if you are very curious.
Yeah. They're cheesy but fun. And yeah, finally, if you haven't subscribed to me, please do so. I have album reviews, I have interviews, and yeah, so the next Is It That Bad? After this, we're gonna take, I think, 2 weeks off, but we're coming back to discuss the new album from Machine Head, who are releasing an album on April 25, but we'll review it for the first week of May. And it's interesting. I listened to the first single, and they're like kind of like, So I'm like, Machine Head is a band that for me, it's either hit or miss. Like sometimes they have like a great album like The Blackening, but sometimes they have shit like the 2018 one, which I don't remember the name. So that will be the next episode for Is It That Bad? So until next time, Couchers, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on the couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.